Nina ndiyamxhosa ndiyabulisa ke ngegama likaYesu. Ngabingelela bafowethu. WokuMzantsi Afrika. Siyongendoda evayo le video okanye uthe wayibona le video. I have to greet everybody. Here it is South Africa. I'm in South Africa. I am also a South African person. I'm on duty by now, working as my duties. So there is this thing about Martin March and the repercussion. Brothers and sisters, I come to notify or to warn. See, there was this thing about Martin March, undocumented foreigners, even the documented ones in South Africa. See, it happened in Durban, in Johannesburg, and other provinces in South Africa. It has also happened in Nigeria. It is how there was this bag called Ghana Must Go. It has happened also in Zimbabwe. That is why Zimbabwean people, they are owning much large lands, farms, and it is because they chased out the whites and claimed their land, and now they are suffering. Also, Nigerians are all over the world suffering, also in Nigeria. And there are a lot of bandits. There is no freedom in Nigeria, actually. And people of Nigeria, they even travel by walking to Libya, from Nigeria to Libya, just to find greener pastures because they're suffering in that land. So, Africans, it's time for you to wake up. I thought by now, respecting each other would be like they have learned to each other or to their neighbors. I don't know why they are still fighting each other, but they are all blacks. I don't understand. For me, yes, I'm South African, but since I'm a Christian, since I'm born again, I know that I'm just a visitor to the world, and my home originally is in heaven, and one day I'll also to be in heaven. So I don't care much about what's happening on earth because I'm not earthly citizen. I'm heavenly citizen. So I have to warn those who are earthly people, those who think like they own the land, those who think they own certificate or an ID or passport or those things. I am speaking to them by now. See, I have learned something that there is a guy called Jacob Zuma. He's actually ex-president of South Africa. His name is Jacob Zuma. He is now leading the party called MK in South Africa. Jacob Zuma didn't say anything about what's happening now. Also, I think even Ramaphosa couldn't say effective words. The president who is currently a president now in South Africa, he did not say what is tangible, the rightful statement to take care of xenophobic people or illegal people who are in South Africa. See, so I greet everybody who just coming now. I'm on the subject of Africa supposed to care about Africa. So Jacob Zuma couldn't say anything. I have do my research why Jacob Zuma didn't do or say anything. I find out that he was an ANC member, also the ANC president. So before he became an ANC president, he was a comrade. In the time of the apartheid, Jacob Zuma and the other people who are the oldest members of the ANC, when they were feeling the pain, the pressure from the Boers in the time of the apartheid, they ran from South Africa to the neighboring countries of Africa, not to China, not to India, not to Egypt, but to the lands of Mozambique, to the lands of Zimbabwe, to the lands of Lesotho, to the lands of Botswana, to Malawi, to all which now Zulu people are chasing them away from South Africa. See, so that was the reason. So lately, I visited Cape Town International Airport. If you can watch my previous videos, I visited. I was there with my children just to chill because my kids were on holiday from the Eastern Cape, the others from Johannesburg, the others. Ne? So while I was in the airport, I saw some pictures of the old presidents, of the old comrades, of the old people who are the fighters of freedom of South Africa. I saw those pictures, they were posted on the walls in the Cape Town airport. Then I tried to find out what was the role which they have played. Ne? And then I finally found out that the people that now South Africans are chasing them out are the people who have helped South Africans to be in the position where they are by now. Ne? So, because I am a born again or as I'm a Christian, I have learned a lot of things, ne? That you have to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Ne? What does it affect Ngizwe or Phakela Mthakathi or Jessica? How does it affect them? Ne? It is because those people who were the leaders of March and March, if they have birthday, they call them Christian or a pastor. If they have a funeral, they call on Christian or a pastor. Even if someone died, even if it's a birthday, even if it's a wedding, they call Christians to come and minister on their events. It means those people, they need God, or they need the principles of God, or else they need Bible, or else they need a Christian lifestyle onto them, because they can't do it alone with themselves. Ne? That is how it affects them. Ne? So I'm continuing. I'm sorry for those people who are just coming now. I'm just continuing. Eh? So then when I'm done, the video will be also posted online so that everybody can watch it and like and comment, whatever. See. So, brothers and sisters, if you know the scriptures, what I have understand without reading the Bible, people they have the Bible. Without being a church, people they know what's happening at church. One of the days we were in evangelism in Khayelitsha, Cape Town, and then one guy was asking about money and the church. I said, before I answer you, what do you understand about money in the church? He told me that at church you have to pay tithes, you have to pay offering. The guy who was drunk, the guy never been at church, but he knows what's happening. And then he also told me that how women can dress, how men can dress at church, but he was not a church member. See, it means Ngizwe and Phakela Mthakathi, Jessica, they know what is right, they know what is wrong. See, what I am afraid of, what makes me to do this video is that after 5 years, we may suffer in this country. It was painful to me to hear from my brother who is in Johannesburg by now. He's doing Uber there. By 2 midnight, he called me that while he was driving, he saw some people. That's painful. Some people from Malawi, some people from Zimbabwe, father, son, daughter, mother, neighbor, a pregnant woman, and a little child which is not even reaching a year that has been born. Those people were crowded or as overcrowded on the streets in Johannesburg, Tembisa, in the middle of the night with no shelter, with no toilets, with no yard in South Africa, with no blankets in South Africa, with no in South Africa, in the Rainbow Nation, in the country where they say Ubuntu. That is so painful. I greet everyone that's come in now. That is very painful. To see another black person, to see another human. When I was growing up, my old father, in fact, my grandfather used to tell me that you have to care, you have to watch, you have to take care of a stranger. I didn't say the Bible, eh? I said my grandfather used to tell me that if you see a visitor, you give him a drink, something they call damacheu in the Xhosa language. If you see a person who has took a long distance, without you ask the person, does he come from, where does he goes, you have to offer water first, sit, and then talk to the person. Then you can even give him a house to rest so that tomorrow the person can continue his journey. See, the reason why people are overcrowded in South Africa, the reason why there is a lot of other nationalities in South Africa, it is because the land of South Africa, the whole South African provinces can accommodate those people in South Africa. There is nothing that just happened without the eye of God to see. See now, they said the foreigners must go. Then the jobs will be South Africans in South Africa. As now it is July, the foreigners were chasing away by June. There's no new jobs that has been opened. There is no member of March and March has opened a warehouse, even one. There is no leader of March and March has opened a business for his fellow South Africans. We haven't yet seen a Caesar be opening a new big building, warehouse, even a bazaar shop. There is nothing like that. What is happening now, which I just saw it on the news, is that people from KZN are fighting people from Limpopo and those of the people from Venda, of which they are all South Africans, but they don't understand each other because from the beginning they did not know what they are doing. They know purpose, they know aim, and I have heard that Ngizwe and Pakela Mtagati, they have met with Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, discussing, which the video was muted so that you won't hear what they were doing, of which we have heard lately that there was a bribery and there was a talks that they must shut up. They mustn't continue with their march and march. That is why you are no longer seeing them doing it again. So actually there was no march and march. Instead, there was a way for them to loot. They were just a way to chase away the foreign people with documented files, with undocumented files. Now, I can openly say that they are the thieves. They are the thieves, exactly. Because when a thief wants to steal something that he did not work for, he do or she tries so many ways. I greet everybody. You are all blessed and you are all welcome. So, what is my suggestion is that For now, that is still hope or a second chance for everybody, because there is no March and March member who has been dead for now. They are just, some of them are arrested. More than 900 are arrested about what they are doing on March and March. It's just arrests that has been done. Ne? For now, that is that. So everybody have a chance. Yeah, I'm coming. They have a chance to repent. They have a chance to do things right before they regret. Yes, before they regret. So Ramaphosa was visiting Ghana. He was rejected. He go to France. He was accepted. Do you know what is the meaning of that? It is because whites are accepted in South Africa and blacks are not accepted in South Africa. You know why I say that? There are undocumented white people in South Africa, people who does not have visa, but who does not have passport, but they are in South Africa. There's some Indians in South Africa who doesn't have any kind of paper, some Pakistan people, some Chinese people, but the Afrophobic people, the xenophobic people, the leaders of March and March, they don't care about that because they want to depend on their oppressors. Because I fear that in the old time, it was the whites who oppressed the black people. Now the black people are oppressing the black people. What is the meaning of that? They are out of their mind. I can just tell you that. So, do you know that in South Africa, there is a country in South Africa, not Lesotho, there is a country in South Africa who does not use rand as South Africa permitted that the money to be is South African currency, which is called rand. Ne? There is a country in South Africa, it is called Orania. Orania, where? In South Africa. That country is smaller and richer than the whole South Africa. What is so fun about that country is that there is no black person can stay. There is no black person can own. There is no black person can stay even 2 days or 3 days or even a week. You can't stay in that land, but the land is in South Africa. Who stays there? Is the whites. Which kind of white people who stay there? Is the Boers who oppressed, who bring apartheid, who killed, who is the reason how many days in calendar which are called public holidays by now. The Boers, the apartheid doers. Do you hear me? The place is called Orania. You can just type on YouTube now, on your search Orania, and then you will see what I am talking about. So those people of March and March, they can't go there. They are afraid. They can't win. They can't enter. They can't fight. But because they know somebody from Zimbabwe doesn't have a gun, somebody from Zimbabwe doesn't have power to fight, doesn't have an altar that can fight for them. Because there is a place in Pretoria which was on the 16th of December. That place, if the Boers are there, they know how they win, how they won their previous fights. See, Africans, wake up. You can take down what is Julius Malema says. you can estimate or not care about him or his statement. But I'm telling you, the mindset of Julius Malema, the mindset of Ibrahim Traoré, the guy in other country, he's a president, the youngest president. The guy was called Gaddafi. Those people were killed. Those people are killed by now by the vision behind them, not them, the vision behind them. Almost having his vision, but he never live it. Also them, they have a vision which they will not live it, and they are not living it. They are not eating for what they are fighting for. My suggestion to South Africans is that care for your neighbor, love your neighbor before it's too late. Do what is right. Leave what is wrong. If you have your neighbors, if you have your children, let's say your brother's children, your neighbor's children, your friend's children in your house, just take care of them. Last weekend I visited the orphanage home. I saw all the children, all the people which I never know, which I can't dig up their background, but I have to show love to them. It is the same to the foreigners. Same to your neighbor. Your neighbor is not somebody who built his house next to your house. Your neighbor is anybody who's closer to you, of which Zimbabwe is closer to South Africa. Cape Town is closer to Johannesburg. Somalia is closer to Ethiopia. When we look at the history, when I focus to those people who normally comes and bring the very old stories, I heard that Eastern Cape or Xhosa, Tswana, they are coming from Zulu. Zimbabwe are coming from Zulu. And Zulus are coming from Ethiopia. Xhosa is coming from Zulu. And Fengus is coming from Xhosas. Baca is coming from Xhosas. So, Swati is only a few things that are not equally or not the same, even in their language. I'm telling you, the surname that you can hear from Zulu, you can hear it from Xhosa. The surname you can hear from Zulu, you can hear it from Zimbabwe. So, who brought that this is Zimbabwe, this is South Africa, this is Mozambique? It is the same oppressors which it was, or I can say the white foxes. Not the president of Nigeria, the president of Malawi, the president of other countries who brought borders, the permits. It is the same white colonizers, not Africans. Now the Africans who are in the greener pastures, they are using what the apartheid menace were operating in South Africa or as in the whole Africa. How can you use the strategy that has killed your old parents to oppress the same people who were oppressed in the old days? Because now you can see a bread, now you just want to eat that bread, that you cannot do it. Because the people of March and March, not even one of them who is owning a bakery, but the Somalians are owning bakeries in South Africa. See, I'm in Cape Town. I was waiting to see the March and March people here in Cape Town, marching to Waterfront, marching to Seapoint, marching to Central City, just as they have done in Durban. Friends and family, I blame the political parties who are in charge by now, because one time there was coronavirus in the whole world. In fact, let me say in South Africa, the president released soldiers just to kick out the weddings, the ceremonies, the parties, the gatherings, the people on the streets, because of one virus, corona. See, so now there was a high crime in South Africa. Ramaphosa released soldiers for the crime. In that manner, while the soldiers are on the street, the South Africans raise much and much. They beat people, even beating South Africans. They loot shops. Ramaphosa didn't do anything. Soldiers didn't do anything. The leaders, the people, the ministers of defense, the ministers of police, the ministers of soldiers, they didn't do anything to stop lootings. Now, there are more than 300 South Africans were employed in the shops or in businesses of African shops or African businesses. There were a lot of South Africans were employed there. Now, they have no jobs. Much and much people, they didn't open any jobs. See, it is a loss. It is stupidity what they have done. It has no gain to the people who are following much and much. I watched another video on Facebook. One guy stopped a car thinking this car is driven by foreign people. When the driver come out, he saw, okay, this guy is a Zulu. He wanted to beat now the passenger. The passenger came out, he now saw this. Also, this one is a Zulu. You see, it's not much and much. It's no longer undocumented foreign people. It's just crime. I'm telling you, it's just the way of thieves. It's just the way how to loot. It's just the way how to oppress, because their mind is also oppressed. They don't think well. That is why they don't do well. The people of much and much. That is how much and much is very wrong. You see. Okay. I'm going to close my live video now. I'll see when next I come.